Guys, welcome to today's football predictions on Betcraft. It's another very beautiful Sunday morning. Once again, we are back with our predictions on this very channel, and we know so many games are happening today, being Sunday, across the globe. And amongst these many games, we were able to select a few of these matches that we look into before bringing it forward for you. Okay, yesterday we had quite a successful outing, seeing that our second ticket so success yesterday. The games are in that very ticket was actually very, very good, and we won yesterday. Kudos to those of us who participated in that, and congratulations to all of you. And today we go again, and hopefully today we looking to see if we can get it 100%. All right. In a short while, we'll be looking at these matches one after the other, and I want to use the opportunity to ask those of us who are coming across our video for the first time that are yet to subscribe to kindly take out time to hit the subscription button right now so that you won't be missing out on our subsequent matches that will always come up on this very channel on a daily basis. Okay, have you done that? All right, thank you very much. Let's also remember to like and share as well so that we always get to more audience in this very channel. All right, without further ado, let's start the business of today. And as usual, our two tickets are ready, and we'll be looking at the first ticket, and the first ticket starts with the very first match. It is in Italian Serie A, where we'll have Atalanta who will be facing Empoli. Okay, and looking at recent games of both sides, you can see that Atlanta, the home side, have won 5 games in the last 6 matches, but have also had one loss. That loss was against in the Champions League against Real Madrid actually. And when you see look at Empoli have only achieved the one victory in the last 6 matches, and they've also had 3 draws as well as 2 losses. Okay, between these two sides, we know that Atlanta is quite, very much in form at the moment. Topping the Serie A league table, and when you look at how those two teams are fared from home and away perspective, you can see that for the home side, Atalanta in the last 10 home matches have been able to achieve 6 victories in the last 10 home matches. They've also had 2 losses as well as 2 draws in the last 10 home games, and away side in Poli managed 4 wins in the last 10 away outings, also having 4 draws as well as 2 losses in the last 10 away outings. And looking ahead perspective, you could see that the last time both teams met, it was Atlanta who played from home. That was in April of this very year, and we saw Atlanta beating this very side by 2 goals to nil on that occasion. Prior to that, we also saw Atlanta beating Empoli from away by 3 goals to nil. That was October last year, and the last 5 head-to-head meetings have seen Atlanta winning 4 times, while Empoli winning once. Okay, but in this one, judging by the fact that Atlanta is in fine form at the moment, we expect a home win in this very encounter. So it is home win outright that's provided for that very encounter. All right, the next game that we have for you is actually in La Liga, where we have Real Madrid who will be coming up against Sevilla. Okay, and we know that yesterday Barcelona lost out to Atletico Madrid, and we know that Madrid will be looking to take advantage of that very slip up. And then we look at recent games for Real Madrid. They've actually won 4 games in the last 6 matches, and they had 1 draw as well as 1 loss. And we saw Sevilla having won 3 games in the last 6 matches. They've also had 2 losses as well as 1 draw. And when you look at how these two teams are fared from home and away perspective, you can see that playing from home, Madrid have been doing well, having won 8 matches in the last 10 home matches, and they've also had 2 losses. Those losses came in the match against AC Milan and also FC Barcelona. And we side on the other hand, Sevilla playing from away, they've won 3 games and they've also had 3 draws, but have lost 4 matches in the last 10 away games that they have so far. That tells you about their form. Not the team in fine form at the moment. And when you look at how these two teams fared on head-to-head basis, you can see that Real Madrid have actually been quite dominant on this very tie, seeing that 8 times out of the last 10 meetings for both sides, Real Madrid have won, and the other two being a draw. There's never been a time Sevilla won against Real Madrid in the last 10 meetings. So in this very encounter, we'll definitely expect the home side winning out shortly. Home win, that's provided for that very encounter, okay? And that takes us to the next Elisa, in Turkey, where we'll have Kirespor who will be up against Galatasaray, okay? And looking at Kirespor, who have had 2 wins and 1 draw. And they've lost 3 games in the last 6 matches, and also Galatasaray, their away side, have actually been able to manage 3 victories in the last 6 away games, 6 games actually, but have lost. They've also had 3 draws. And when you look at how these two teams fared from home and away perspective, you see playing from home, Crespo have won just 1 game, but have drawn 5 matches, losing 4 in the last 10 home matches that they have so far. But Galatasaray playing from away have been able to achieve 6 victories in the last 10 away games. They've also had 3 draws as well as one loss in the last in the last 10 away games. So, okay, all right. But looking closely at both sides, you could see that these two teams score a lot of goals as well, concede. We've seen Korea score in the last 10 home matches that they had, producing a scoreline that is over 2.5 on 8 occasions out of the past 10 home matches that they had. And as well, Galatasaray also on eight times have actually seen over 2.5 in most of their outings, and we do expect a repeat of that in this very one. Also noting the fact that the last time they met, it was 2-1 victory. Like Galatasaray also producing over 2.5 scoreline, and in this one we expect a minimum of 3 goals appearing in this very encounter. It is an over 2.5. That's our value for that very encounter. All right, that concludes our first ticket for today, and we look at the second ticket, and the second ticket starts with a game in Italian Serie A where we have a game in actually in the Dutch division, Holland, actually, where we have Sparta Rotterdam, who will face in Ajax Amsterdam. Okay, and for Sparta Rotterdam, the home side in the last 6 matches have actually managed only 2 draws, but have lost 4 matches in the last 6 games that they had so far. And Ajax Amsterdam, the away side, have won 3 games, 1 draw, but have lost 2 matches in the last 6 games. All right, when we look at how these two teams have fared from home and away perspective, you can see that playing from home, Sparta Rotterdam have managed just 1 victory in the last 10 home matches that they have so far, but have had 5 draws as well as 4 losses in the last 10 home games that they had. And the away side, Ajax Amsterdam have been able to achieve 5 wins in the last 10 away games, but they've also had 3 draws as well as 2 losses in the last 10 away matches for Ajax Amsterdam. Okay, and looking closely, you can see that the last on head-to-head basis, you could say that the last 5 head-to-head meetings have seen Ajax win 4 times, and the last time they met, it was a draw, a 2-2 draw on that occasion. But also the last 5 meetings for both sides have produced over 2.5. And this very encounter we would expect to see the away side Ajax taking the sports in this very one. Away to win out shortly. That's what we expect in this very encounter. Okay, and that takes us to the next. It is in Italian Serie A where we have Monza who will be facing Juventus. And Monza in the last 6 have not won any single match. They've had 2 draws, but have lost 4 matches. And away side Juventus winning 2 games and also having 4 draws in the last 6 recent matches. And when we look at how these two teams performed from a home and away perspective, you can see that playing from home, Monza have managed just 1 win, and they've also had 4 draws, but they've lost 5 matches. As a matter of fact, the last 3 home games that they played out so far, so they're losing out all 3 home games. And Juventus, on the other hand, have won 4 matches from away in the last 10 away games. They've also had 6 draws in the last 10 away matches, and this one they'll be looking to achieve a victory against this very side, seeing that the last time they met, it was Juventus who won from home by 2-0, and we expect an away win in this very encounter. Away to win out shortly, that's about it. Okay, and the next game that we have for you is also in Italy, but in the Italian Serie C, we'll have Potenza Calcio will be coming up against Messina. And then when you look at recent games for both sides, you see that Potenza have won 3 matches in the last 6 games, and they've also had 2 draws as well as 1 loss. And away side, on the other hand, Messina winning 2 matches in the last 6 games, also losing 4 games in the last 6 recent encounters. And when you look at how these two teams fared from home and away perspective, you can see that playing from home, Potenza have been able to achieve 4 victories and also 4 draws, but have lost 2 matches in the last 10 home matches. And away side, Messina winning 1 game, drawing 3, and also losing 6 in the last 10 away games that they had so far. And the last time both teams met, saw them playing out a 2-2 draw. Prior to that, we also saw them playing out another 2-2 draw. So in this very encounter, it's actually a goal value that is quite, that's our choice in this very one, and we expect to see a minimum of 2 goals appearing in this very encounter. And over 1.5, that's our value for that very encounter. Okay, and that concludes our operations for you today on BetCraft. I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope your ticket goes green. Also remember to play responsibly. These are football matches. Sometimes it may not be what it seems. That being said, tomorrow is another day, and we'll be coming up on this very channel with our predictions. Don't miss out. But until then, keep winning.